The sun is nearly set here in Western Pennsylvania on the Thursday before Resurrection Sunday. And as I was driving down the road, I was thinking about the fact that Jesus is headed to the Garden of Gethsemane 2,000 years ago. And in that garden, he would cry out, "Father, if it's at all possible, let this cup pass from me." He cries out to the Father and basically says, if there's any other way for the sin of humanity to be paid for, other than me having to go to the cross and suffer the pain and agony of the wrath of God against sin, if there's any other way, God, let it be. But if there is no other way, let your will be done. And what strikes me about that is so many people will accuse Christians and basically accuse God of being narrow-minded because he says there's only one way to himself. There's only one way to heaven, and that is through Jesus Christ. But you know what? It's not narrow-minded at all. If anything, Jesus being the one way focuses, it narrows the suffering for sin to a single person, the God-man, Jesus Christ. The only one who did not deserve any of it, because he is God in the flesh. He is altogether holy and sinless, and yet he took that. Because the plan of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit from eternity past was, this is the only way. No human can pay for their own sin because every human is a sinner. So before we accuse God of being narrow-minded, we have to remember what that means. That Jesus would have to cry out, knowing how horrible, how unimaginable the spiritual pain for him would be to bear the weight of all of our sin. And yet he did it. It's not that God is narrow-minded. It's that God, his love is so broad, his love is so amazing, that he narrowed the payment for sin onto his own Son.